can remember not wanting to get up. I just wanted to lay there. I don't really remember what happened in the fight, but I know he punched me a few times, and then I was on the floor. I can remember thinking when he was punching me to just drop, because he'll stop hitting me if I hit the floor, but he didn't. He just it kind of got worse from there. I was on the floor, he started kicking me in the chest and in the head.
So this week, 10 to 17 triage, run by Media Academy Cardiff, has hit its 3,000th child that we've diverted from the criminal justice system. 3,000 young people have not got a criminal record since we started in 2010. So since 2010, every child that's been arrested by South Wales Police for a low-level offence in Cardiff and the Vale of Glamorgan have come to us and get an option whether to meet the victim. If they agree to meet the victim, then we're able to work with themselves and the victim to divert them away from the criminal justice system. Diverting children is so important because we need to actually give them skills, education, training, look at their needs before we actually give them more barriers, which a criminal record would be.
And so getting them to meet the victim, what are you hoping that will do for the person that's either committed the crime or whatever it is they've done?
So meeting the victim has two very important outcomes. One, and the most importantly, is that the victim gets to hear what happened and gets to put their side of the story across. And the victim gets to put their side of the story across. And what's important about that is actually we can the wrongdoer can then understand the harm that has been caused by their actions on the victim, and that's really important. The victim needs often to have their say and to get other people to understand what's happened to them. What's really important about that in the wrongdoer's part, the young person, is that child has got to understand that their actions have had a reaction on other people, and if they empathise with that victim, very often what happens is that they don't come back in the criminal justice system. Again, that's really important. We need to get children away from the criminal justice system.
Where my focus is the victims of those crimes. So it's very important that victims have a say. Traditionally in the criminal justice system, unfortunately, victims have often been an afterthought, unfortunately, although they are central in terms of the criminalised person. So there's thoughts, there's feelings that they have after a crime or a criminal act has come against them. And we have always encouraged and supported victims to have their say. We work within restorative approaches, so for us it's fundamentally important that harm is repaired. We have wrongdoers and we have a harmed person. The wrongdoers have agreed as part of their intervention to repair harm, so that's great for us. So we can approach the victim and say, this young person or young adult has stated that they're willing to repair harm. How would you like that harm to be repaired? It's always important for us to hear that from the victim, how they would like harm to be repaired, because that's fundamental. It's so important that it's led by the victim. So we listen and we safety check it, risk assess it, and if it's suitable and appropriate to do so, as led by the victim and their needs, then we ensure that that happens really to the best of our ability. We've all been young, and some of the decisions made when we're younger haven't necessarily been the best. Unfortunately for some people, it has resulted in them being potentially criminalised, but this is a great initiative, incentive, in that if they are willing to repair harm, admitted to what they've done, and they're willing to do their part restoratively to make up and repair harm for what they did, then they should be given that opportunity for their futures.